We first became aware there's difficulties in the pregnancy at the 20-week scan. We went into the radiographer and there was just silence. She wouldn't speak to us at all. She just said there was something wrong and she needed a consultant. So she phoned down and pulled a consultant out of delivery and brought him up to scan me. And he told us that he wasn't sure what he was dealing with and we had to be referred to a specialist hospital. And they told us that there was severe abnormalities with the baby, that the brain was informed, the spine was informed. It was so severe that they referred us to a hospital in Sheffield, a specialist hospital, to do MRIs and scans. We seen a few different consultants there, and it was at that stage they recommended an abortion. They felt that the child wouldn't survive birth, and if it did, it would be so profoundly disabled that, well, their words were, it would have no quality of life. I was put under immense pressure to go ahead with the abortion. I had phone calls to my mobile, to my house phone, to tell me how many days, weeks that I had left until my 24-week cutoff. Whenever we went to appointments, the nurse in charge of the consultant would introduce us as the couple who was continuing with the pregnancy against medical advice. We were made to feel that we were doing something terribly wrong by wanting to keep our baby.
They didn't even think that his life would begin. I mean, they thought that he would never survive birth.
Yeah.
You know, they said that his lungs wouldn't be fit to
breathe on his own.
Yeah, once he was born. And like Mel said there, I mean, when he was born, his quality of life would be so poor because they thought he would be so severely disabled that it wouldn't be, I suppose, they felt probably that it wouldn't be right to bring him into the world, so that's when they suggested the abortion to us.
We were just devastated, we just cried, and we had to wait a whole week on the more specialised scan, so that week we were just left in limbo. We didn't know where we were, or what we were going to do, or what the outcome was going to be. The doctor's diagnosis was completely inaccurate. They told us that the thoracic lesion would mean he would never breathe on his own, and from the minute he's been born, he's breathed on his own. From the first minute of life, he's never needed resuscitation, he's never needed any aid with breathing at all. They told us that his hydrocephalus would be so severe that it would never be manageable, and whenever he was born, he had no hydrocephalus at all.
The doctors said that Joshua would be incompatible with life, and now he's 16 weeks old and he's brilliant. He's just a wee fighter, so he is.
Yeah, and at the minute he's 16 weeks and completely age appropriate.
Yeah, he is doing everything that he should be doing. He's the best thing I think that's happened to our family. Like, we couldn't imagine our family without him now. I mean, just to see the joy and the love that he brings into the house. Like Isaac, his brother, just, he loves him to bits, and just having the two of them together is just fantastic.
I think some people have this fairy tale notion of what an abortion actually is, and that you can just go to a clinic and have an injection and it's a quick fix, you know, no more baby, no disabled child, you know, it's a great alternative, but the actual reality of abortion is horrific. If I could give any advice to couples in the same situation, I'd advise that no matter what, the baby should be given a chance. I mean, there are some situations where babies don't survive, but even if the mothers get hours, days or weeks with their baby, they say they're the most precious time. And in our circumstances, the doctor's diagnosis was completely incorrect. And we have our 16-week-old baby here today. He's really well, he's doing fantastic. And if we had went with the doctor's diagnosis, he wouldn't be here today. And I'd be living with the fact that I had an abortion and all the effects that might have on me physically, psychologically. And the best advice I could give is, no matter what, to carry on, because it's still a life and God still has a plan, no matter what the outcome will be. Our story has brought so much hope to so many people that he wasn't meant to be here, and he's 16 weeks and full of life and such a great feeder, and he's such a big baby. There's no mistaking that there was ever anything wrong with him. You know, he's a total blessing.